I think that our bodies give us a huge amount of feedback in every single moment of the day about how aligned we are with our surroundings and the things that are happening around us. So, for example, when we eat something, I think our bodies are continuously giving us signals about whether that is good for us. I think very often your emotional body is always giving you signs about what you believe is safe and what you believe is dangerous, even if your mental state, what you're thinking about consciously, isn't. And so you could be telling yourself that you really want to get a new job, but your emotional body is telling you that every time you think about moving from your current job, it feels like it's going to be hard work, for example. Your body gives you some sort of signal that suddenly feels uncomfortable. And I think we often don't spend time getting in touch enough with listening to the signals that our body's giving back to us in every single moment. And I'm starting to see a very strong connection now, as I do a little bit of yoga, around how exactly our body also stores some of the stress and anxiety of our past traumas and emotional stories that we carry. And it's really weird to observe what happens when I do yoga sometimes, and I'm really conscious about where I am tight in my body as you go into a pose. I'm doing some sort of yin yoga, which is holding poses for quite a while and just observing where you carry tension in places like your hamstrings, your big muscle groups like your back, etc. And just spending time breathing into those places that are tight, or observing other places in your body that are also tight when you're actually doing, for example, a hamstring stretch, and realize that your upper back is completely tight. And when you release that, you suddenly create a whole lot more space in your body. But the link seems to me is when I get into yoga pose, stay there for a while, and I start to relax and breathe into the place in the muscle that feels tight. I have all these weird thoughts that come into my head, and some of them are like, I can see almost like past stories coming up, and as those muscles release, it feels like I'm letting go of those stories somehow, and those stories have been stored in my muscles, and I'm now suddenly conscious of a story from a long time ago, or a fear that I had, or some sort of realization, and I'm like, there was that. And it feels like in those moments I'm letting go of that story somehow through listening to a point in my body that's carrying some tension from some previous emotional trauma that you're carrying, whether it's body shame or guilt of some description or something, is probably being stored somewhere. Not probably, it's definitely being stored somewhere in your body. I'm just starting to wake up to the fact that if you listen to your body, you can actually start to unlock some of that. And when you do that, you create a more spacious place for you to feel better about yourself. You sit up straighter, your body feels like it has more spaciousness. And I think your emotional body is coming more into alignment as well as you let go of that tension that you carry in your muscles.
That is the end of my yoga ramble.